percentage of Brits rate themselves below average as lovers? The answer is a very honest 5%.
Very honest, only 5% below average. It turns out just 2% of us rate ourselves as very poor in the bedroom. 3% describe themselves as just poor, 5% below average. 40% think they're average. 31% reckon they're good, and I like this, 24% rated themselves as very good indeed.
Well, we're only going on reviews. Not our words, Matthew. Not our words, that's public opinion. In our defence. Sorry, Heather.
We're into the final part of this morning's talk. First, we've got Sean McGuire, Dr David Bull and Heather Small here. We're asking if you would be prepared to sign up for sex school. If 40% of you think you're only average in bed, then perhaps you should. But could you handle sex school, that is? Could you handle it? 0207 173 555 is the number for your thoughts. Don't be shy, as I said. A growing number of women, rather than men, are attending sex classes, apparently. This is according to Psychology's magazine. Taking lessons in everything from aphrodisiacs to intimacy to bondage in a bid to spice up their sex lives and please their partners. I'm told, because obviously I haven't been, these classes also encourage self-discovery and personal growth.
I like the way you said, obviously.
Obviously,
I'm really good at maths.
Can I just say that personal growth is one area that I need no instruction. And according to what I've read, those taking part leave class feeling more confident, sexy and comfortable. But what about embarrassed? It's a tad embarrassing, isn't it? Surely signing up for a sex class is an admission you're not that great in the sack. And who would want to admit that to their nearest and dearest, let alone to a classroom of strangers? Then again, I'm sure every one of us can do with improving our performance, so who wouldn't sign up for a class entitled, and this one's for the gents, by the way, How to Eat a Peach? And for the ladies, Heather, and for the ladies, there's Joystick Secrets, How to Thrill Your Man.
Yeah, but you notice it's all innuendo with the men, but with the women it's direct. I've got a thriller man and he's got to do something with a peach.
Just watch out for the stones. Now, students, you'll be pleased to hear, at least I was pleased to hear, don't have to get their kit off or do anything overtly sexual. But according to the website for sex teacher Midori, she just goes by the one name, you may get to stroke a cucumber, ladies.
Sure it's a sex class, she's not a fruit and veg sale.
Students are told they may need to bring in some equipment. This may include ropes, pillows, or a flogger. A flogger? Asked today's producer. Sounds like we may have a potential student working on the right stuff. Would you sign up for sex school, or is this one subject you're better off learning on the job, so to speak? David, let's have a medical opinion here.
Well, my opinion is I'm clearly in the 24%. I think it's a very serious subject, actually, and we as doctors do see a lot of people coming in who have got sexual problems, and a lot of it's about confidence. And I think there's a lot to be said for actually talking through some of the issues and so on and talking it. But I really like the idea of doing that one-to-one with someone that you can trust, that you can really impart any information. I think this would be slightly bizarre to be in a classroom surrounded by a flogger and cucumbers. Personally, I think that would be
Heather,
slightly
you and I
odd.
have so much in common, I have to say.
But I think also, as a nation, we're not very good at talking about sex, and I think, therefore, in general, it's a great idea, and it's about pleasing your partner, pleasing yourself, and so if that helps you, great.
Yeah, I mean, it's the idea of sitting in a classroom that I mean, there's plenty of books out there, so I'm told. Heather?
Don't ask me. My jaw's aching. I'm laughing so much.
This show has taken a really rude turn. What time are we on? We're on now. This says my mum's probably on. Mum, I'm sorry, I'm not a party to this at all.
I myself would not participate in such a school. Yeah, I would find it more than bizarre. I think it's weird, and I think the good doctor is right that to talk openly about sex and but I think that it might be preferable in a one-to-one kind of
with your partner.
Yeah, not even with a stranger. Yeah.
Even if it's a stranger with a one-word name like Midori.
Still not working for me.
No, not me. Mr. Maguire.
Isn't that the point, though? Isn't that the point? I mean, yeah, you're right, like, speak about it to your partner, but isn't that the problem? Like, if you have a problem with your partner, sometimes that's the person that you can't really sort of say to them, look, I think you're great, but you're not that good at that. That's probably, they go, why don't you go to that class down there? There's floggers and cucumbers and peaches. And maybe you'll pick up something, you know. I don't know. I've always been of the mind that I'm aware that I'm not that bright and always want to learn more. And even if it's regarding sex, I'm sure that there's I'm sure I could learn something.
Everybody could.
It's a strange forum, though. Like as Heather just said, it's the idea of sitting in a class with 32 people, take out your textbooks. We will start with. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, do you know what a flogger is? That's what the producer said. She said a flogger. What's a flogger?
That's why I think I probably need to go to this class to find out what these terms mean.
David's a Tory, he knows straight away what a flogger is. Cheap political gag. Yeah. Now, when I wrote this part this morning, I did think that we wouldn't get any calls at all, but amazingly we have. So let's go to them. Kirsty.
Flogger number 1.
We have Sarah on line 1 and she would go.
Good.
Okay, Sarah, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. So why would you go?
Because I think it's a time to look at the sexual matter not as a taboo. We have to talk about it because when I started having a sex, I was 26 and I was so frightened. I didn't know what to do.
Where are you from originally, Sarah?
I'm from Iran.
Okay, and Iran, presumably, I'm assuming here, maybe not a lot of talk about sex.
Exactly, it's a taboo, and we can't learn it in schools. Family don't talk about it at all. If you talk about it, they class you as very rude and tricky. But bizarrely, in this country, it's a kind of taboo still, and I don't understand it. I think it's a time to look at it in, it's a part of our life and talk about it freely. And if attending to those kind of class makes your life happier, which a lot of time it does.
Absolutely. I mean, your point of view is fascinating, isn't it? No information at home. Come to this country where there's loads of information, but the idea of going to a school freaks everybody out. Yeah. Well, on that cheery note, I think we'll call time on the show. Thanks, Sarah. No more time for any more calls. Oh, I'm sorry. If you really want to talk about sex school, we can. A huge thank you to the fabulous Sean Maguire for joining us as well. It's such a damn fine spot. Loads of luck with Cosmo as well. Fantastic. It's on Thursday nights, BBC 2, 9 p.m. Check it out. It's very funny. Heather and David, a fantastic week. I've loved every minute. Bless you. And now, next week, we've got Gail Porter, Steve First, forming what should be a very funny panel. And the man from Uncle, David McCullum, now in 5/6 series NCIS. He's our special guest, along with Sherry Lungi and Springwatch star Chris Packham. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.